Ready? Go! Alright, it's, I don't know, it's a long line. No. What are you drawing? Some sort of flat surface, something. It's a table. No. Oh, let's see, it's wood. It's, planks. It's board. Board. Alright. Now, what are you doing there? What do you got there? It's some sort of, a board of a game. It's a game. Board game. Good. Next. It's the, what are you showing me? It's how wide the box is. It's the width. Board games width. Good. And now what are you drawing? What do we got here? It's a person, and they're wearing what? They're wearing some sort of a dress, some sort of a skirt. Something like that, some dress, skirt, something nice, and what is that, checkered, or, no, it's plaid. No, it's a, Hey, by the way, that's a pretty nice kilt you got there. Aye, laddie, but I hate these drawing games. Hi there. Welcome to Board Games with Scott and the Party Game Couch. I figured it'd be nice to change the environment every once in a while, so when I'm doing a lighter game and it's more casual, I'll be more relaxed as well, sit down on the couch. This is a regular video series where I take a board game and explain it and help you decide if it's a game that you might want to purchase. Now this week I'm talking about the party game called Portrayal. I first learned about it at the Chicago Toys and Games Expo, or ShyTag, where I ran into people who had put the game together, and we talked about it, and they gave me a review copy. I took it home and had a lot of fun with it, and I wanted to share this game with you. It's a drawing game, but come back. It's not like Pictionary. You don't have to convince people that you're trying to draw a kilt. It's okay. It's actually a game where you're trying to follow instructions and draw what someone's telling you to draw. It's a clever game. You could play it with kids and adults in mixed groups. You could play it with actually as many people as you'd like. And you probably need at least 3 to make the game interesting. But the game comes with components for 6 players, but you could actually have as many people as you have pads and pencils. It'd be a great game for a huge group. You could play it with a classroom or family reunion or a convention. If you have a lot of people, they could all play this game at the same time. And that's a pretty exciting thing. Why don't we take a look and see what you get inside the box? So what do you get in the box? Well, you get some rules, easy to follow. You get 6 pencils, again, good for 6 players, but there's no reason you couldn't just continue adding players and pads of paper. You get these special Portrayal pads of paper. It has a blank space on the top and a blank space at the bottom and a place to grade your picture. We'll talk about how that works later. You get a timer, a little 90-second timer. The game also comes with a 10-sided die, which you'll use a bit later. And you get these cards. Now, these cards have 2 parts. The top part is a picture, and the bottom part is a list of facts about the picture. When you play the game, you're actually going to have the card inside this little envelope, like so. So that one player is going to see nothing but the picture. Everyone else is not going to see anything. We'll play a sample round of the game a bit later, and you'll get a good feel of it then. But here's the basic idea. One player is going to have 90 seconds to describe a wacky picture. Here's an example of one picture. And so you have 90 seconds to tell everyone about that picture. You're not allowed to use gestures, no waving about the hands. You have to just describe the picture with words. No hands. Describe the picture with words to everyone else as quickly as you can in 90 seconds. You don't know what the bottom part of the card says when you're describing it. All you can see is the picture. And so you would be describing it again in 90 seconds, and everyone's trying to draw what you're describing. So no one else can see the picture, and everyone else is drawing your description. Once you finish drawing it, you then pass your drawings to the player on the left. So everyone is grading someone else's paper for a series of criteria. And those criteria are listed on the bottom part of the card. So in this case, for example, the criteria are the walking egg has at least 2 toes on each of its 2 feet. So that's something you may or may not have described, but everyone's going to draw. And if they happen to draw 2 toes on each of its 2 feet, then they're going to mark a yes for getting that one correct. There's number 7. The man is wearing a bow tie. So again, if you manage to describe that and people listened to you and drew it, they're going to get a point. Number 10, the egg does not have eyes, ears, and nose or mouth. So that's something that you may not have described that people may have drawn anyway. And so if they did that, if they drew any of those features, they're not going to get a point for it. And so on the picture that you're grading, there's going to be a yes and a no, and you'll check yes or no for each of the 10 things, and you'll count the number of yeses, and that is your score. In addition, the game comes with a 10-sided die. What you do is you roll that die, and that is the golden criterion. And so whichever one is rolled is going to be worth 3 points as compared to just 1 point for everything else. And then you're going to grade the person who described it. And the way that works is you're going to, again, go through each of the 10 criterion and see if anyone at the table got it. So if anyone at the table got a yes on one, then the person who was the describer will get 1 point as well. You again do that for 2, 3, 4, and 10 all the way through. The golden criterion doesn't matter for this part. So the person who is doing the describing is going to get 1 point for every criterion that at least one person at the table got right. So what's clever about that is if I'm the describer and I forget to describe something, it's not like it's unfair. I mean, all of you out there, no one's going to have a chance to get it unless someone just happened to draw that feature. And so everyone's on equal footing. Everyone's hearing the same 90-second description that I'm giving. And I get penalized for not describing it because if no one gets it, then I lose that point. Each person takes a turn as the describer. Now, of course, you wouldn't do that if it was a family reunion with 30 people. That could take a while. But when it's a small group, after each person takes a time as a describer, you add up the scores for each of the rounds. Again, your score of the artist is the criteria you matched. Your score as the describer is each of the criteria that someone matched when you were describing. And the person who hit the highest total is the winner. And that's how you play Portrayal. Now, I thought it'd be fun to actually try a round. So you all go out, find a piece of paper, find a pencil, and come back. I'll wait.
Picture pages, time to get your picture pages, time to get your crayons and your pencils. Picture pages, open up your picture pages, time to watch Bill Cosby do a picture page with you.
All right, are you ready to play? So, I've got a picture here. I'm going to describe it to you in 90 seconds. The name of the picture, by the way, is Candlelight Dinner and Dancing. You're going to draw it, then we're going to go through the criteria and see how well you did. I got the timer here. Are we ready? And go! Okay, what we have is a spit, like, no hands. We have a spit like what you'd roast meat on, and it's held up by 2 sticks. Each stick is shaped like a Y, and those sticks are at the left and right side of the picture. And there's a stick across the middle, and then there is a hunk of meat on the stick. But the meat has 4 legs sticking up, kind of like if you had 2 chickens, but they weren't whole. You had 2 chickens back to back, so the thing's got 4 legs, like if it was a walking around animal. Below the animal are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles. 9 candles, almost like in a bowling shape, with like the bowling pins are stacked up. On top of the meat is a ballerina. She has her, ballerina. Oh, that means we're halfway through. Shoot. She has 1 leg up in the air, 1 hand up in the air, and then her left hand is forward. The ballerina has a little bun on the top of her head. Her eyes are closed. There is a sun in the top right corner of the picture. There's some grass and rocks on the ground. There's little steam rising up from the meat. The ballerina is wearing a froofy tutu. She has ballet slippers and some sort of stockings on her legs. She also has on her dress some sort of arms that cover just the top part of her shoulders and are jagged. And then a top. Let's see. Some of the candles have... Okay, that's it. We're out of time. All right. We're out of time. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Beeper. So, how'd you do? Was it pretty? Now, what you're going to do is everyone mail your picture to the next person on your mailing list. Never mind. Just grade your own. Okay. So, now what I'm going to do is read the 10 criteria to you, and we'll see how well you did. So, for each one of these, mark yes or no if you do this stuff. So, here we go. Number 1, the ballet dancer is standing on 1 foot on a piece of meat. Did you get that? The ballet dancer is on 1 foot on a piece of meat. Number 2, there are at least 7 candles beneath the piece of meat. You have at least 7? I know I told you 9, but you may have run out of time. Number 3, there is steam rising from the piece of meat. That's some steamy meat, baby. Number 4, one of the ballet's dancer's feet is closer to the top of the canvas than the sun. So you have one of the feet is closer to the top than it is to the sun. I didn't describe that, so good luck. Number 5, the ballet dancer's pupils are not visible. So you can't see her pupils. I guess if you didn't draw any eyes, you can't see her pupils either. Number 6, the ballet dancer's feet are smaller than at least one of the candle flames. So the ballet dancer's feet are smaller than at least one of the candle flames. Again, I didn't describe that one to you. Number 7, there are bones visible in the scene. Yeah, there are bones. Again, I didn't tell you there were bones. Maybe you drew a bone. There are bones visible in the scene. Number 8, there are at least 6 rays emanating from the sun. So when you drew a sun, did you draw rays emanating from it, at least 6? If so, good job. Number 9, there's grass visible on the ground. Number 10, there is hair visible on the ballet dancer's head. So there you go. Those are the 10 criteria. So now you can add up how many you got. Now, let's roll the magical 10-sided die and see which one is the golden criterion. And I got a 7. Number 7, there are bones visible in the scene. If you manage to draw bones, for whatever reason, look, there's a skeleton there, then you get 3 points for that criterion instead of 1. So number 7 was the golden criterion. Now, what we do next is that I would find out, I'd go through each one of them and see if anyone got it. Did anyone get 1? Did anyone get 2? Because that's going to be my points. For each one of these 10 that anyone at the table got, I would get a point. And I imagine I probably did pretty good with all my viewers out there. So, that's how you play it. And then the final thing everyone gets to do is they get to see the picture. So this is what it looked like. Here's what I saw to describe. How does it match up with yours? Each player at the table describes one picture while everyone draws, and then when you're done, you add up your points. And that's how Portrayal works. So what do I think of Portrayal? I've had a lot of fun with this game. I find it works well with people who are serious about gaming as well as non-gamers because it's a little different than these types of games. It's not really a performance game. You're going up against yourself. You're all hearing the exact same set of instructions, and you're seeing how well you can do that, and then how well do you happen to luckily embellish. So there's some luck in there. Did you happen to draw bones coming out of the meat? If so, hooray. But it's nice in that you can play it with a classroom, you could play it with a conference, you can play it with a big group of people. Everyone just needs to have a pad of paper. You can play it with all the viewers of Board Games with Scott. So, what's my grade for Portrayal? Well, I don't give grades anymore, but if I did, it'd be an A. Anyway, I like this game a lot. If you're looking for a game with a gathering with the family or a holiday party, this would be a good game to bring out because it's something that's accessible to a lot of people. And it's nice to see games that do that. So until next time, thanks for coming by. Have fun and don't let the games make you say bad words. Bye-bye. Let's roll the magical 10-sided die. Where'd it go? Crap. I can't find the magical 10-sided. There it is. Okay, here we go. Let's roll the magical 10. Now, let's roll the magical 10-sided die and see which one is the golden criterion. And on Board Game Geek, there's a forum for each episode that I put together of Board Games with Scott, so you can talk about that episode. I'm going to go on there and I'm going to piss... God, I am... I'm going to go on there